Hello, my name's Henry Wernicke from ElliotFractals.com. Today I'd like to show you how to find a common fractal which will help you determine the trend of the market on any time frame in any market. And the way we're going to do that is number one, we'll have to find a common fractal that can be found in our fractal library. Right now, on the 4-hour time frame, we have a very common fractal bottom here around 4060. Okay. Typically, from the past, whether a day, a week, a month, year, decade, okay, this particular fractal will appear before a turn. For example, in 1929, something happened there. That particular form, which created a decline, if you look through history, you'll find a similar fractal, which would give you a heads up for a market turn. Now, today we're only looking at a short-term fractal here, again, on a 4-hour time frame. Again, remember the form here. Fractals are either similar or quasi-similar. Now, when I say similar, okay, it means similar, not exact, okay, like a snowflake. All similar, but if you really look at it and try to measure it, they're going to be a little different millimeters, but the form is going to be basically the same. Okay, so what we're looking at here are pictures and a form. Okay, when we have a similar picture, that means we have a completed fractal. All right, so we'll begin on the 4-hour time frame. We call this a copy fractal because somewhere in the past, a base fractal reiterated, made another copy of the fractal, and then it appears again on another time frame. All throughout the market trading session, fractals are appearing on all the time frames, and that's why you have to look at all 24 time frames, going from a minute to a yearly. Let's go, we'll try the 5-minute time frame. And what I do, I try to simulate the form pretty much what we have on the 4-hour time frame. So the 4-hour time frame is your copy fractal, and we're going back in time on the 5-minute time frame to find a similar form, another picture. Okay, and what we do, we go back and we begin to look for a fractal. Now, in the meantime, when we're looking at a fractal here, I'll point out a couple other common fractals you can find in our fractal library. And all you have to do is you match the space fractal and you compare it to the copy fractal. Going back on a 5-minute time frame, we're looking for a similarity. Okay. Now, on the 5-minute time frame, we have a very common fractal here called the slider. Okay, it's called the golden fractal. So when you see this particular fractal right here, this one here, okay, that means we have a bottom there at 4069. Okay, the market's going to go up, which it did. All right, common fractal. But we're looking for this one here because we want to find out what's going to happen on Sunday night. All right, we'll keep going back here now, and we'll try to find a similar fractal. We're looking at a picture, and we're not concerned about anything else. Now, we have another common fractal, okay, right here. This particular fractal appears all the time, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The top here is at 4083. It indicates a turn, meaning the market's going to pop out here and fall, which it did. You'll find this common fractal again on any time frame in any market, right? But we're looking for this picture here, right? Go back on the 5-minute time frame, and we're going to try to find the picture displayed on a 4-hour time frame. And we're going to go back again. This is very time consuming. You can write a program, which I did, which would indicate what fractals are going to appear and which ones aren't. So we're going back and we're going to try to find something that matches the 4-hour fractal for a turn in the market. And we're going to keep going back and we can keep going back. In the meantime, there are other fractals appearing. And today I'm only going to show you the most common fractals. Now, the fractals only indicate a turning point, okay? Every minute, every hour, a new fractal appears. Now, fractal changes the direction, okay? That means another fractal interrupted that. Oh, what do we have here? Okay, well, we'll mark this here. Now, this is another very common fractal. All right, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the bottom there at 27 and a rally. Okay, again, you have a turning point. Now, it may rally and then it may fall back down again, but there's ways of managing the timing. And we're going to keep going back here and try to find another fractal that matches the 4-hour time frame. And we keep going back, and quite a few fractals here appearing. But again, I'm looking at the common ones, and particularly the one that will match the 4-hour time frame here. And we keep going back, and we keep going. Okay, now pay attention. Look, here's your slider, a very common fractal top. Okay, this indicates the top here at 47, meaning the market direction will go down. However, it held at support and then it continued to go up. Now, when it goes above the top of fractal here at 27, that's called a top reversal. All right, a reversal will help you determine the change in the market direction. They're pretty powerful because ideally the market should have fell down here, but it went above the fractal here at 47 and it went to 54. All right, so you have a good indication of the market coming there. But again, we're looking for something that matches the 4-hour time frame for Sunday night. I'll show you how to do a trade on a setup, but right now I just want to show again a common fractal, and we want to find the base fractal on a 5-minute time frame that will match the 4-hour fractal. Now, fractal is simply an object that's displayed on different scales, and it looks pretty much the same, just like a snowflake. And basically, what we're looking for is a snowflake that matches the 4-hour snowflake. So we're looking for a 5-minute snowflake. All right. And again, as you can see, this takes a little time to discover fractals, but as you go along, you tend to memorize it after many, many years, and you can look at the monitor and point out the fractal and the market turn. Oh, what do we have here? Well, we have another fractal. Again, some common fractals. Okay, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the bottom. Okay, the market's going to turn on. We'll go back a little bit more. Again, we have a lot of common fractals here, but again, we're looking for the one that will match the 4-hour fractal. And we keep going back and we keep going back. Oh, very common fractal right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll mark that. Now you can download video. You can download the video here if you want. I'll put it on YouTube for you. There's that 7 count there, and we'll go back and we'll try to find where was that one fractal that we discovered. Kind of got away from me. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay, this is another common fractal. Again, you can find these fractals throughout time. For example, 1972, we had maybe on a time frame, a similar picture like that, which indicated a turn up. So we use that fractal from 1972 to today. All right. That particular fractal in 72 indicated a turn up, which it did here in 2023. Okay, that's a very common fractal. Again, we're looking for the snowflake on the 4-hour time frame. And we keep going back, and you can kind of, you have to adjust the scale a little too, because you're not going to be able to see the fractals that clear sometimes. And you keep going back, and we'll keep going, and we'll keep going, and we'll keep going. And if you do this every day, which we do here at allianfractals.com, you'll be able to, again, memorize fractals, but you can download it and keep the file for your friends. Again, we're going back on the 5-minute time frame. We're going back 90 days. Obviously, it's going to take a little time. We're going to keep going back. Maybe we'll find another common fractal here. But we want this one here on the 4-hour because we want to do something on a Sunday night here. This one here is telling us that we're going to have a rally. And I'll tell you what's going to happen if we don't have a rally. Longer term, you can use the fractals on a yearly, decade, going back centuries. Right now, the current environment for the market is very bearish. So with that in mind, I'm looking for turns that will bring the market down. And we can keep going here. I'll demonstrate the other fractals in time here. But again, I believe I did mark the 5-minute time frame. Oh, what do we have here? Okay, we have no slider right there. That is the top at 25. It indicates only a turn, only a turn. It went from 25 down to 18. What happened at 18? Well, another fractal from another time frame appeared, and it did change the direction of the market up. Okay, very important to know that. It doesn't mean it failed or you're right or wrong. There is no right or wrong. Okay, there is no either or. There's a reason why it occurred and a reason why it stopped declining. Another from another time frame, for example, maybe the 1-hour time frame. All right, we're going to keep scanning back and try to find this 4-hour snowflake. Okay, we can keep going, and we keep going here, and we're going to keep going, and try to find a picture that will, well, this one here is very common fractal too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll let that one go for a while. Okay, again, you can find fractals in the fractal library. This is a very common fractal here too, but we'll let that one go for a minute here. Okay, we have another slider here too. They appear quite frequently. Again, you got the top here at 93, went down to 72. That would have been a good trade. Again, the fractals are similar. They're not exact. We have our 7 down count here too. That's another good fractal. We can mark that. And then when you download the video, you can keep this as a reference. As you can see, we can find a lot of fractals. Okay, we're going to keep going back because we don't want to find a snowflake here on the 4-hour. Okay, we're going to keep going back. I know I marked it, and we'll probably find it here. Oh, there it is. Okay, Sunday night. Now you have to kind of scale the fractal here. And what we do, we have a similar fractal. All right. The 5 hour or 5 minute base fractal is pretty similar to the 4 hour fractal. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, straight up. Okay, go to the 4 hour fractal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, straight up. Okay. Now we have a good picture here of what may happen on Sunday when the market opens. Okay. In theory, we would expect a rally. It began here on the 4 hour time frame, but just like it did on the 5 minute time frame. So every time you look back in history, when you notice a turn, these particular fractals will give you the direction of the market. Okay. So Sunday we will rally. As of now, no other fractals are appearing that I can detect right now. Okay, so the bottom here is going to be 57, and we expect to rise up to probably 66. Again, we're only looking at the 5 minute time frame, but it may go way beyond that. Now, if the fractal here on a 4 hour time frame decides to go in another direction because of another fractal that's found, okay, that's called a bottom reversal. That does not mean the fractal failed, okay? It's not either or right or wrong. It means we have a bottom here, and if the market decides to go in a different direction, this becomes a bottom reversal. So we have a bottom and we have a bottom reversal. It's going to do one of the two. And I think it's going to go up because the 4 hour fractal is pretty similar to the 5 minute time frame here. Again, for the heck of it, uh, we'll go back a little bit more on the 5 minute time frame and try to see if we can find uh, common fractals. Now, the common fractals, again, I don't want to repeat myself, but if you see a turn a week ago or a month ago for a top or a bottom, there is a particular fractal that indicated that. Okay, and that's where you find the fractals. You take the fractals from the past and you apply them on the future. Okay, let's keep going back and we'll find maybe another fractal here that you can mark down and you can use it for reference. And we're going to keep going back here until we find another fractal. Again, now only looking at the common fractals. There's primarily about maybe 5 primary fractals that appear every minute, every 5 minutes in the market. You have your secondary fractals, which are quasi-similar, non-exact. We're looking at art form here. We're looking at a snowflake. Okay, so we'll look at a couple more snowflakes there, and we're going to keep going back, and we'll try to find. Oh, what do we have here? Look at this. Okay, what do we call this here? How many times have I pointed this out? Look at that. We got a slider here. Okay, we have a top at 83, and as expected, it determines a turn. It went down from 83 all the way down to 73. 10 points, you got a good trade there. Okay, so again, one very, very common fractal for either a bottom here or a top here. Um, what we're looking at here is a top. So you wait for a low confirmation and then the market will continue to decline. I call this the golden fractal. Again, you can find this on history a day ago, a week ago, and that particular fractal will tell you the direction of the market. Okay, beautiful example there. All right. Let's go back a little bit more here, and we're trying to find a non-common fractal. Again, this takes time to learn. Um, some people can pick it up in a week. Some might take a month. Some might take a year. We have a fractal course that goes for the entire year. You'll need that time in order to understand the method that we're using here. If you go to medical school, you're not going to become a medical doctor in a month or a year. I think it takes 4 years, right? Okay, let's go back a little bit more here. See if we can find some more fractals. Now, there's a lot more to add here, which I'll be uh, putting on videos, and we have rules to the fractals too. But right now, all we're doing is looking at pictures, okay? We're trying to find a common fractal. That slider is very common. All you have to do is wait for that one particular fractal to appear, and it will tell you the direction of the market. Again, fractals are similar. They're not exact, right? So the 5 minute base and the 4 hour copy are very similar, but they're not exact. They're going to be off a few centimeters. Okay, we'll keep going back here and trying to find a couple more fractals. Today is primarily an exercise in finding the fractals. We'll be doing more of these videos. Every day I'll do a video setup, and after a while, you should be able to do what we do here every day. Again, fractals are found in the past and past turning points, and we use that particular fractal for the present turning points. Okay, and we're going to keep going back and see if we can find a couple more common fractals for you. Uh, if you're beginning, I would begin with the slider. Okay. Uh, Now we have a slider here too. Now we have rules for the fractals. Okay. We have a slider top here. Okay. In 44. At times, the slider will not go all the way down. It didn't break support. It went halfway down, and then it went above the top. Okay. It's a top reversal. We'll keep going back and try to find a few more here. There's a lot of fractals here, which I'll describe later. But again, today we're only looking at the common ones. And I think we found uh, a handful that you can use to mark the direction of the market. And as we go back, we're trying to find um, a nice fractal. I see so many here that, you know, if you're a day trader, you can do this like every hour. Well, we have one here. What do we have here? Okay, we have another common fractal. Now, this fractal here, again, I pointed it out earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, top's there at 37. It fell from 37 down to 31. Okay, this is a common fractal. Now, this particular fractal can be found a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, and if you examine it, it pointed a direction a day ago, a week ago, a month ago, as it did today. We'll go back again and try to find a common fractal. Either a fractal will go down, go up, or you'll have a top reversal or a bottom reversal. Those are the rules for fractals, for simple ones for now. And as we keep going back, okay, now I'm doing the scan on a 5 minute time frame, but you can do scan on a 10-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame, 12-minute time frame, a 1 hour time frame, and you find the same consequences. Okay. I like the 5-minute time frame. Uh, it's a matter of preference, but you can find the basic copy on different time frames too. What do we have here? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Let's mark that. Look at this. Okay, we have fractal nestled within other fractals. And the top here is at 53, and the bottom here is at 33. And you wait for a little confirmation, then the direction of the market goes down. Okay, we pointed the 7 up and 7 down many times here today. And we're going to keep going back and find another fractal. And this one's pretty common here too. We'll let that one go. Um, this one's pretty common too. Okay, and I'm looking for my golden. Okay, oh, we have a nice one here. Okay, here we go. We have the slider again. So what we're going to do, we're going to mark the slider. Okay, the bottom here is at 21. Wait for a little confirmation, and it goes up to 25. Okay, here's a common fractal. Memorize it. Okay, we'll keep going back. And can we find any other fractals? Now, a lot of times you have to kind of scale the fractals to get a better picture. So don't forget to do that because this is very common here too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we'll discuss that a little bit later. And we keep going back and we want to kind of scale the fractal to get a better picture here. Well, I really messed that up. Okay, we keep going back. And we're simply looking for fractals. Now, we do this all day long. Every minute, every 5 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour, hour, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hours. Right now, we're looking at a short-term time frame I call the microgrid. And we're going to keep going back here. Again, the fractals only indicate the turn, nothing more. Okay, and they're not going to be exact. They're going to be similar, just like a snowflake. One of my students asked me if he could measure the slider. I told him, no, you can't. Ideally, both legs should be equal, but at times they're not really equal. They're kind of similar, and then you can find the direction to the market. And I'm trying to find a few more famous fractals. Now, the fractals have been found and discovered over the years of trading. Okay, every time I see a turn, I see a fractal. Right, that goes into the fractal library because that particular fractal will give you the turn again in the future. All right, so if you see a fractal 2 months ago and it indicated at the top, you go to the current time frame and you see identical, similar fractal, okay, it's going to be a top turn, and that's how you time the market. Granted, it's not perfect, but studying all the systems out there, I found this to be pretty, pretty good to me. Okay, let's keep going back and try to find. We're just going to find some simple fractals, common, common. Okay, we're going to keep going back. Again, we're going back 90 days, obviously. Okay, we're going to keep going back. Hopefully we can find another one. Now you can find the fractals on a 3-minute time frame, probably more, or even on a 2-minute time frame. Okay, this one here is pretty common too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's top there. It only indicated the turn because then the market went back up again. So the fractals will indicate a turn in the market for you. Now, if you're using a particular system, you can use the method here I'm showing you. What do we have here? Okay, if you can talk to me, tell me what you see here. How many times have I pointed this out? You have the bottom here, okay, and you have a top here. Okay, this is a top slider. It broke support. It continued to go down, right? When you see this picture, it's telling you it's a top, okay? It went down to 85. Why did it go up at 85? Well, again, another fractal appeared on another time frame. This is why you have to look at all the time frame continuously throughout the day. But here's the infamous golden fractal. Okay, remember it. It's not too hard to remember. The form, it is. Okay, we'll keep going back. Now we have another fractal now about. I'll discuss that a little bit later. And let's see here. Do we have? Ooh, we got. Okay, now this is an art form too. We have another slider here, right here. Okay, the bottom's at 85. Uh, the leg here will be equal to the leg here. You have a little slide here, and look what happened. Wow. Okay, it went from 85 all the way to 90. That would have been a good turning point. Okay, why did it stop at 90? Well, another fractal appeared on another time frame. So let's keep going back. What I'm trading, I'm going for about 10 points. I don't get too greedy. But again, we're looking at the turning points here. Uh, I can teach you the theory, part B, but or part A, but part B is the trading. Okay, so that's an entirely different subject. Okay, now we have a slider here too. Okay, one, two, and three, and that went down too. Okay, so why don't we mark this too? Now today we're finding a lot of sliders and 7 ups and 7 downs. We have a top at 52, went down to 43. Good trade. Okay, we'll mark it. Again, you can download the video on YouTube here. Okay, we have a couple others here. Maybe, maybe, maybe. But what we're doing today is trying to find the direction for the market tonight in the 4 hour time frame. Now, either it's going to go up or it's going to go down. If it goes down, it's a bottom reversal. If it goes up, that's what we want it to do. Okay, and we'll keep going back here. Do we find anything else? Fractals are basically an art form. When you see a straight line, you cannot do anything. You need um, the line to be kind of jagged and be rough, and that's where you find your fractal. So if you have a straight line up, you just kind of ignore it. If you don't see anything on the other time frames, close them so you don't get confused. Okay, and we're gonna. Okay, here's another slider here too. Okay, we'll mark that. So today, you got a pretty good idea what a slider is. Okay, the top here is at 58, went down to 40. That's a great trade. Now, what I do when you find a fractal, um, I will put a fractal band on the top and a fractal band on the bottom. All right. And if we go above the fractal band on top here, okay, that would be a top reversal. Now, when we break the fractal band on the bottom, that means the top is still in place and it will fall. Why did it stop at 38? Another fractal appeared. Let's go and keep going here. Again, you want to look at the clear fractal for the time being if you're starting and learning. But you have to do this continuously all day long. And we have colleagues that going to help us out here. And again, you can do this on any market. Oh, crypto, gold, silver, bonds, yields, anything. Oh, here's another one too. It's a slider. Not perfect. It takes time to exercise this. Okay, 34 went down to 29. Okay, that's the market direction. You have to do your fractal count. Oh, what do we? Oh, this is nice here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we have the 7 down here. So today we're looking at a lot of sliders and a 7 down. Okay, 7 down here at 30. We're going to have a turn. Okay, and we keep going back here. And do we find anything here? I like to keep the videos kind of short because they kind of get really big in a file size. So on the data setups, I'll just point out the fractal and I'll tell you when to go long, when to go short. There's a lot of rules to the fractals if you are trying to time the market on using stops, the stop bracket to prevent spikes taking you out of the trade. And we're going to keep going back, and we're only going to look at common the common fractal here, and we'll cover a lot more in the future. So again, I teach my students how to do this, and it takes them about a year to catch on. Some, some will catch on uh, maybe 5 months. Uh, some, incredibly, a couple days. Okay, look at this one here. Now, come on. All you have to do is look at the picture. Okay, what do we call that? Okay, that's your common slider, the golden fractal. What you do, as I mentioned before, you draw your fractal band on top, and you draw your fractal ball band on the bottom, and that's the time to enter. Okay, this denotes a turning point. How far? We don't know until another fractal appears, right? But if it goes above the top here, you hang on to the trade and it keeps going up. Just kind of curiosity. How far did it go up? Whoa, look at that. Okay, this low fractal here at 64 continued to go up to 3905. Okay, um, that happened within about 3 or 4 hours. Okay, again, look at the fractal. It's a picture. All you're doing is looking for a picture. Sometimes a fractal will give you 10 points, 20 points, maybe 100. You don't know. It's all a question of probability. Let's keep going back here. And we have to kind of scale it. All right. So today, you learn about the slider and the 7 up and 7 down. Hopefully, this will get you started. Don't do any trading until you really mastered the basics, and then we can take you a little bit further into timing the market. But today, I think we're going to rally here on the 4 hour time frame tonight. It may bounce low here. You have to watch out for spikes, but I think overall it's going to go up. Now, if it goes below significantly, maybe okay, you're on the 4 hour time frame. Uh, it goes down, around 55. Your risk. You can define your risk on timing the market with the fractals here. That would be reversal down. I'll show you how to manage that in a video. But right now, I wanted to illustrate the slider and 7 up and 7 down. You see, this is classic here too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's go into Okay, I think we've been talking. Oh, this is another beautiful one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. When you see this one here, it's a turning point. Again, fractals only give you a turning point. And I'll show you more in the future here. Do we have anything else coming up here? Nothing. Well, we have one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, you have the 7 up and the 7 down, and you have the slider. Okay, so I'm going to end the presentation here today. I'll put this on YouTube so you can keep this. But again, the fractals are found from the past. We put them in a library, then we match what's in the library to the current market action today. Tonight, let's see if this fractal is going to work, and I'll explain what happens, either up or down. But I think it looks a little bearish or bullish here. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, Hank Wernicke signing off from ElliotFractals.com. We'll see you tonight or Monday. Have a great day.